You know what's strange? Some people don't react when they're hurt. They don't raise their voice. They don't argue. They don't try to prove a point. They just go quiet. And from the outside, it looks like they don't care, like nothing really affected them. But that silence, it's not empty. It's full of things they're choosing not to say. And if you've ever done that, stayed quiet when you had 1,000 things to say, then you already know this isn't about being calm. It's about holding in more than you can handle. People misunderstand this all the time. They think silence means attitude or ego, or that someone is being cold on purpose. But in reality, silence like this doesn't come from a lack of feeling. It usually comes from feeling too much. There's a reason some people shut down instead of speaking up. And once you understand it, you start seeing those quiet moments very differently. Sometimes it's not that they don't want to explain. It's that everything inside them feels tangled. There are too many thoughts, too many emotions, too many things hitting at once. And when someone asks, "What's wrong?" they genuinely don't know how to put it into words. So instead of saying something incomplete or something they'll regret later, they choose silence. Not because they don't care, but because they can't organize the chaos inside fast enough. A lot of quiet people weren't always quiet. At some point, they did try to open up. They did try to explain how they felt, but maybe they were ignored. Maybe they were misunderstood, or worse, their feelings were minimized. And experiences like that leave a mark. They slowly teach you that speaking doesn't always help, that sometimes it just makes you feel more alone. So over time, silence starts to feel safer than being unheard. Some people experience emotions very deeply. A small thing can stay in their mind for hours, even days. They replay moments. They analyze tone, words, expressions, trying to understand what really happened. And while others react instantly, they go inward. They process everything silently. Because when emotions are that intense, speaking too soon feels risky. Here's something people don't realize. Silence isn't always avoidance. Sometimes it's control. Because in that moment of hurt, they know their words might come out wrong. Maybe too harsh, maybe too emotional, maybe too honest. So instead of saying something they can't take back, they choose to say nothing at all, not to hurt you, but to protect what still matters to them. There are people who don't like feeling vulnerable in front of others, not because they don't trust you, but because they've learned to handle things on their own. They sit with their pain quietly. They think it through. They try to make sense of it privately. And by the time they speak again, they've already processed most of it inside. It's not distance, it's just a different way of coping. If you're someone who goes quiet when you're hurt, there's a good chance people have misunderstood you. They've probably thought you didn't care, or that you were being distant for no reason. But the truth is, you felt everything, maybe even more than you showed. You just didn't know how or when to let it out. So the next time someone goes quiet, don't rush to judge them, because silence doesn't always mean nothing is wrong. Sometimes it means everything is.